Alrighty, guys. So today it's time to play through Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3: The Black Order on Superior mode. Now, because I already did a full Let's Play of the game on the channel, I'm gonna skip cutscenes and stuff in this playthrough. So if you want the story, go back and watch my Mighty videos. And yeah. Also, in addition to that, this is the team I'm using right now. I might switch it up, I might not. And in terms of the video format, the plan is to probably record in 2 sessions but release it as one video. But we'll see what actually happens. Now, obviously, anyone watching this knows, but yeah.
Looks like there's only one way out.
Only way to go is forward.
He's just falling apart. Trying to jump over the gaps. Easy to say for the man with the ridiculous boom jets.
3 of the 4 of us can fly. Sorry, Kamala, you just gotta jump.
Stayed on the ship.
Groo! Alright, Nebula, let's dance.
Couldn't mind your own business, sister. Your presence here may have exposed us all. For that, you must pay.
These Creed goons ain't going down easy.
Show her no mercy, Guardians.
Pew! Firing my laser! Alrighty. Phase 2, Nebula. Yeah.
Looks over, gang. Bring out the big guns.
Melt! Except it didn't do quite as much.
Raised us to hate each other, Nebula. It doesn't have to be that way anymore.
This didn't teach me nothing, and I still hate this lady.
There we go, much better. Because now you guys should be able to actually see the boss's health bar. Get out of here, Nebula. Because before you could see the stun bar, but that was it. But now you can see it all. Yep, we're all going to die because no one can beat the mighty Thanos.
Whatever the Kree
And his
hide on the
friends.
ship, it must be very important if Nebula is involved.
What if their trap was
Boom!
then what was it for? Anyone else kind of hope we never have to find out?
Activate. Boop. Cool. I'm definitely doing a little bit less damage than I would like, and than I thought I would. But it's not a problem, I guess. Boop. That's decent for a radial attack, I guess.
The energy source we're tracking should be right past whatever the heck that thing is.
Boop. Phoenix does not have any energy. Like, she ran out almost immediately.
These ones think they are tough. How amusing.
Boop. Alrighty.
Smash the core computer and the barrier should go down.
Understood.
Alright, now things are getting fun.
Boom, boom, boom. Oh, hey guys.
Danger and chaos. Two of my favorite things.
Alright.
Stop wasting time and strike the core.
Yeah, I wanted to kill those enemies, so calm down, Gamora.
Whew. Glad that's over. Don't get too
It
comfortable.
wasn't so bad.
Final destination's right on the other side of this door.
Indeed. Alright, Ronan. Let's dance.
Imbeciles! The Kree are trying to save time and space from being ripped asunder.
Why don't you just tell me that you have the stones that you're trying to repel the mighty Thanos?
Ultimately bring on destruction.
Because if you said that, we would listen to you. Probably.
Watch out for that. Couldn't even block it.
Yeah, he's got some unblockable attacks. Just gotta dodge out of the fucking way. Alright, we've almost got him to his interruption. Boosh! Yeah, you guys can see that health. That's good.
The fruit tank was that?
It's too late. The Kree sacrificed thousands of brave souls. Together, the only artifacts capable of holding off the forces of Oblivion.
Alright, let's get rid of that stagger gauge, and then we'll drop our extreme on him. And then that will end his... That'll end his career.
Waiting for just a minute. We might be able to find a way.
Get out of here, Ronan.
Damage is already done.
Be gone! Boo!
Time left to die.
A new outfit for
I will make
Drax.
certain that you go.
Oh right, cool. Yeah, because there's like an event thing for playing through Starry mode. All right, the raft. Yeah, see, and that's just it. Like, that's why I was like, this should be a long form video, because if I did this by chapters, it would be like, all right, part 1 is 7 minutes long, and it's the Kree ship, and that's just not why.
Why were we transported?
All right, so my spin, and then yeah,
Can hold
and then
us.
Captain Marvel would blast it.
Looks like we just made bail, Guardians.
We need to turn on the lights.
If I can get the power up and running, we can break out of this hole.
Cool. I'm not sure why the power would need to be on the break through a wall or a door, but whatever.
We've got to repair this terminal if we want to restore power to this dump.
Not even sure why the power's off. I guess there was a jailbreak conveniently happening while we,
Now can we finally get out of here?
while we got warped in. Phoenix, come on. There we go. An enhanced EXP cube. Nice. Was hoping for. We're too early in the mode for an ultimate cube, but a cosmic cube would have been nice. All right, let's help Spider-Man beat up these goons. Whoosh! Be gone, vile goons.
Nothing like a good old-fashioned cell block brawl to make me feel right at home.
I guess so, yeah.
Any notion of where in the universe we are?
ER.
No idea. But the other prisoners look strangely human-ish.
Close enough.
I am Groot. I hear you, buddy. This sure brings back some memories, don't it?
Boom! Iron Man armor concept art. That's fine, I suppose. Bum bum ba-da-dum bum. All right, open the door. Beat up more enemies with Spooderman. Spooderman, help me! So I don't really need Spooderman's help.
Under control. We've got an entire supervillain prison population ready to break free.
Next time you teleport us across the galaxy, Quill, try to think of a
What is funny is that, like, because I'm not on my first playthrough anymore, like, I got Spider-Man unlocked, so if I had wanted to, I could have been him and been like, I'm Spider-Man, you're Spider-Man, what the heck's going on here? Ooh. That's right, team. When I'm spinning, just shoot lasers at me for that sweet synergy damage. Shoot me with your laser. Nice. Obliterated.
That went so much better than when I do it alone.
Then let's
Yeah, I would imagine.
Get out of here. Preferably before they wake up. Not that I'm complaining, but shouldn't a prison have, guards?
Yeah, something's definitely not right here.
You don't know that.
Alright, what do we got? A C rank Rainbow ISO 8. I mean, it's bad because it's C rank, but it also could maybe be useful because it's Rainbow. Alright. Boop.
Finally, some fresh air.
Alright.
Cell smelled worse than Rocket's bunk. Now.
Alright, Sandman, let's dance. Boop, 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 boop. We've all got our extremes, so we should be able to do major damage once we stun him.
Hitting him is useless. It's working. He's solidified.
Technically, hitting him is not useless. He does take super reduced damage, and it's very inefficient, but you could technically beat him by just hitting him. Oh, Carol's all far away. That's fine, I guess.
Best tasting friends.
Boosh, boosh. Okay, so we basically did half. That's fine. That just means that we'll probably get him next time. Cool. Good job. I mean, she definitely needs the levels. I think I got all the enemies in the room. Yeah, it's just Sandman. That's why Carol's blasting at him. Because I think that the CPUs will prioritize the goons, and that they'll only get on the gun if the room is clear. Pretty sure. And therefore, her blasting means the room's clear. Yeah, we got him. Enhance the XP cube. Wow, I gotta level up. Maybe you'll get us next time, Sandman.
This is an
Alrighty, we now have the ability to change our heroes. We're not going to, but we have the ability.
control tower. No telling the damage that maniac can do if he gains access to the raft security system.
Is there still a rift back here?
Going wild. You must
Yes, there is. So we'll get it unlocked for later. Boost level 42, Vikings, and Hydra.
That does not look like it is supposed to be there.
Whatever that is, it's radiating some dangerous energy. Best to step back, Spider.
Yes, sir.
You should be able to reach the control tower.
Boo, boo, boo,
If you
boo,
can avoid
boo.
triggering the defense system, you should be fine.
Just like, even though that rift was only level 42, because it's Hydra and Vikings, because this area, exactly. Because like where we are right now is level 41, and also Vikings and Hydra are a lot more powerful than Raft Goons. So that area would be way harder than where we are.
Here, let me help you with that.
Oop, I was a little bit too impatient. There we go. Nope, I wanted to jump. There we go. Move this.
Oh, don't worry, little heroes. I have plenty more toys for you to play with.
The prisoners have hacked into the security network. They're in control.
If you don't want, if you either don't want or don't like or are really bad at dealing with me, like the way I am, like if you have Colossus or a thing, yeah, I know, you can just walk right through these. Now, obviously, it's not possible to have Colossus or thing when you're here on Mighty, but on Superior, or Ultimate, you can. Okay, Wanda. And man, it's just like like at first I was like, man, I can't believe everybody leveled up because these enemies are kind of weak. They're like level 40, but it is true that like technically, like I beat Nebula and I beat Ronan and I wiped out like 150 enemies, and then it's like, okay, now everybody gets a level up. So that actually is kind of a lot of shit. Okay.
Past those security gates, you're gonna have to access the terminals in the proper sequence.
I don't remember how to get the chest one open. Nice. It's something simple. Well, almost. I do want to try to get that chest, but I also don't want to... But I also don't want to mess with it for too long. Did that do it? Someone's on the other side. Who is that? It's like, that's technically not the way you're supposed to do it, but it worked. An enhanced cube. Cool, so that was worth it then.
Been a while since I've had this much fun.
Nice work, T.
That room's small enough that if you put a character in one chunk, I guess the other ones are only moved. So like if I had wanted to, I probably could have put one hero in each of the 4 squares and then just been like, boosh. Yep. All right. Boop. And Venom and Electro. Let's go. Let's dance, Zappy boy. So we're going to destroy your stagger gauge, and then we're going to go all out with the Alliance Extreme, which will obliterate you. It probably won't kill, yeah, but it did about half. See you next time, Zappy boy. Alright, let's go, Venom. And then he murdered him because, wait. No, like, I saw, like, it was like a frame, but like, he turned into teeth and zooped toward him and swallowed him. But then Electro, like, popped out of Venom's chest and went flying off screen. So, I guess that somehow he ate him, got electrified, and then spit him out. And it's just not addressed that he was spit out, because we don't actually ever see Electro again. Because that's something that people are always talking about. Like, did Venom just like kill Electro and it was just glossed over? But I guess not. Like if the YouTube video should allow you to put it at either quarter speed. So if you go back to the scene and you put it at half or quarter, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about.
That's a yes.
If I don't forget, if I remember and don't forget, I might even just like do it myself. Cool. An outfit for Venom. I wonder which one. It's probably something. It's probably like Blue Venom. Alright, the adventure continues.
You may be getting closer to the tower, but I'm the one in control.
For now, Gobby. But we will put a stop to you and your shenanigans.
Free time.
Hey, alright, Luke
I
Cage.
finally have some backup.
We should have to help him kick some ass and then he'll join our team.
By myself.
I'm letting these prisoners out early for bad behavior.
Oh, come on. You have got to be kidding me.
Oh. Sit down, you. Let's go, team. Let's kick his ass.
Make this count. I am not doing
Nice. We moving out. We moving out.
The Goblin must have reprogrammed the security gates. He's
Uh-huh.
trying to slow you down.
Never let walls hold me back before.
Okay.
Not about to start now.
Of course.
Okay, cool.
How come they can never make getting out of prison easy? Oh, right.
That door is closed. Okay. Guys. Okay, that. And it closed this. Come on! Oh! Except now all the side doors are. But if I boot that, I can get out? No, because it closed the one below me. All the ones on the left are open, but I have no way to get over to the left right now. Oh, okay. Happy accidents. Cosmic. Come on. Oh shoot. Nope. The one behind me, god damn it. But then now it's the one up here. Yeah. Just why can't I just smash through the wall? I got superpowers. All that does is seal me in. That's fucking useless. It opened, but now this shit's in my way. God damn it! Because it's the reason why it's hard is because there's no clue of which one you need to push. It's literally just each button opens and closes specific doors, and you just need to remember and do it all in your head. Oh shit. That did it.
Simply amazing.
Quiet, Gabi.
More twists and turns still to come.
Don't bait the enemies. I need to go in that door. Alright, now let's check out this door. Guys! There we go. Another cosmic. Alrighty. It's time to dance with the champions. Let's dance, guys. Time to kick my own ass! Yeah. Because it's 3 bosses at once, they all have pretty rough stats, because otherwise it would be like, and then you died! Yeah, get him out of here, Lockjaw.
I'm really gonna let you have it. Just give me like 10, 15 minutes to recover. Okay? Thanks.
You'll be fine, Miles.
Totally what oppression looks like.
No, it's not.
And a phone call, a lawyer, and a fair trial. Hey, I didn't come all the way to an alternate reality to get thrown in a prison cell. I could have just stayed home for that.
Alright, Mysterio. Come and face me.
If you think you can defeat me, you are deceiving yourselves.
I
Okay.
really thought that would be more exciting.
Boom!
Need a hand?
Destroy him! Woohoo! Maybe next time, Fishbowl Head.
Leave your eyes.
You were the only enemy on the map, and because of that, my entire team was near you, and therefore we literally destroyed you with a single wave of superpowers. The champions joined our team. Alright, let us carry forth.
You heroes just won't quit, will you?
No, sir.
Must be bad idea. If it wasn't so blasted.
Defeat 50 enemies? Okay. I mean, we basically had that mission where it was like we defeat 18, then we had a cutscene and we defeat 34. So that's like 52, so we should be just fine. Oh yeah, see, look, we've already wiped out half of them. Kick their asses! Bunch of really shitty C rank ISO 8s. C's and D's.
Whatever's going down inside the tower, we'll help you stop it. We owe you that much.
Yeah. Now you all are coming for the rest of the game. And once you unlock, if any character, see, because it's like that's what separates the playable from the not. Because like if they only help you for one mission,
Force field goes down?
they aren't playable. But
Be honest.
if they come with you forever, they are.
Why else would so many of you guys live there?
Technically, I live in Jersey, but I get your point.
First call. Supervillains and butt kickers.
All right, Otto. Let's go. Let's kick that ass. He doesn't like being number 2 to Gabi. But in this specific case, that's just how it be. Gabi's the leader for the time being. We'll kick his ass real soon. That's rude. Screw you, Otto. Get stunned, bitch. Hit him with that sweet embiggen synergy attack.
Fortunately, you are nothing but fools. This brand of fisticuffs is beneath a genius like me.
Bro, you got like 3 HP. Maybe next time, Otto. Gotta save that extreme for phase 2.
You heroes lash out with brute force against those who threaten you intellectually.
I mean,
Lock one as brilliant as I away in a cage. Dr.
Sure.
Octopus must be free to reign supreme.
I understand how you feel, but you're going back to your cage.
You meddlesome morons are always getting in my way.
Rude! Fuck up his tentacle. Oh nice, somebody got one of them. Alright. Let's go, team. Let's erase him from existence real quick. Boosh! I know that means we won't have it going in the Gabi, but that's okay. And we probably could have just, like, used abilities to shred him, but this is fine. Alright, Gabi, we're coming for you.
Goblin can escape while the Raph's force field is still up, but I'm starting to wonder if that lunatic has a different plan in his warped mind.
Of course he does.
Man, how come I always have to fight him in high places? It never ends well.
It's like, dude, like, this game's about getting the Infinity Stone, so at the end of a chapter, of course he's got an Infinity Stone. Why would you expect anything else, Fury? Yeah, he's got the Time Stone. Let's kick his ass. Woo! These bombs, I don't think they do much damage to his health, but they, each one, time you hit him with one, it does like half of his stagger gauge. And the idea is that, like, because he moves around so much, it's hard to hit him with conventional attacks, or at least it's supposed to be. And that's why it's like, just destroy his stagger gauge with bombs.
How many heroes does it take to stop one goblin?
I mean, gameplay-wise, 4. Canonically, like, 20. Oh, that missed? Damn. Yeah, he likes to move around. Fortunately, his bombs don't do that much damage, but there is a lot of them, so even though they don't do that much individually, they can destroy you if you're standing near too many of them at once. I need to take more time to aim. There we go. Let's get him, team. Fuck him up. Alright, there's this transitional point. Are you gonna... Yes, there we go. He was just taking a second.
The kind of power I've always dreamed of.
Yeah, but you're gonna end up in the same... Nope, not this time. A lot of time when he does that, he ends up in the same place as where he started. Okay, Gabi. Yeah, see, because like the bombs do a lot to his stagger gauge, but because of that, like everything else, he's like super resistant to. All right, fuck him up. Bring down the foot. Woo. Maybe next time, Gabi. New outfit for Wanda? Fuck yeah. Just did, Gabi. Yep, you're going to show us a future that's bullshit, that's not going to actually happen. Alright, Fury, let's go to Shadowland and kick Kingpin's ass.
Nice work, so.
Okay. I don't know why it gave me that just now. Oh, because I guess it's every time you finish a chapter, it gives you any rewards from the chapter. And Sandman was in chapter 2. It was just for defeating 15 mooks in the Sandman fight. Which really is a pretty generous number. Like, it's a low number that's very easy to hit.
Good thing I charge by the hour.
Bum 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 bum.
Sorry, gang. I've got another lead to follow up on.
That's fine.
With you a bit later, but I'll stay in touch just in case.
Yep, go find the Power Stone for later. Got it.
Did I mention that the ancient ninja temple is guarded by actual ninjas?
Why would you need to? Of course it has ninjas. It's Marvel. Of course the Ninja Temple has ninjas. Shadowland. Fucking ninjas. Dun dun dun.
So watch out.
Okay, I'm sure we'll be just fine. But I appreciate the heads up anyway, Jessica.
Sweeping the rooftops, that means the hand knows we're coming. Stick to the shadows or you'll never make it to the temple. At least, not in one piece.
Yeah.
Spoopy. Bum 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 bum. Fortunately, see, because I could just shine on one of the CPUs, but the alarm only goes off if it shines on a player character. So as long as they don't see me, we're fine. All right, what do we need for this? Oh, it's me and Carol again. Carol, where? It's cool that where the chest isn't in the spotlight, because they're like they know that doing a synergy can take a couple seconds. You ain't seen nothing, Master of Stealth. Hey, Jessica.
Huh.
Yep. Lower this shit for us. Woo! Boink.
What the heck was that?
Impressive as always.
What do you mean? You know, you were right there
Tell me
watching.
how you got through all that without getting caught?
Nope. Gotta keep the mystery in our relationship alive somehow, babe.
Alright.
I hate to ditch, but I just got an emergency call from a client who pays a lot more than you.
Well, we don't pay at all.
Meet up with the defenders. They'll help you handle it.
So that's true for any client. Alright, what's in the box? AA Purple ISO 8. Cool. It's probably indestructible and it's probably bad.
Try to find the source.
Alright, what is this shit? It is level 43 survival, super giant. It's weird. So like, super giant. Despite the fact that it's a high level and it's a boss, these ones are always really easy because it's like, yes, you do always take damage. Just you know, because that's the gimmick. But because dealing damage of any kind heals you, it actually makes it really easy to stay at full health. Oh, damn. And not only are so many of the rewards cubes, but it looks like that you're guaranteed to get some type of cube every single time. And honestly, because it's level 43, it's probably on some shit where like it's probably on some shit where like the worst case scenario is you'll get a solid cube, but most of the time you'll get enhanced and then cosmic is possible. That just because when it comes to trials that give you guaranteed cubes, what type of cube it is determined by its level. We beat all 10. Alright, let's meet up with Iron Fist. Defeat 30 enemies with Iron Fist, and then he'll become a homie and join the squad. That sounds good to me. Let's go, team! Kick all the butt! Kick the ass! Four more enemies. Oh, they're spawning in right now. Because they're all elites, that makes sense. Solid cube. Where's that final? Oh, there he is, right in front of my face. Boom! Alright, open the door, Danny. Cool. Solve a very easy puzzle.
Search the whole room. There are no other doors. Unless we find a way to open this gate.
Put the blue shit on the blue square, put the yellow shit on the yellow square, put the green shit on the green square.
This one is the White Tiger of the West.
Oh. It's not late, it's only like 8 p.m. But I'm tired because I was out of the house for work for 12 hours today, and therefore I'm tired. Usually I'm only out of the house for work for like 10 hours, but today was an ass-kicking day. Which is weird considering that it's Wednesday, and Wednesday is a pretty slow day. But it just, it kicked the day kicked my ass. Lots of bullshit. Alright. I don't have to fight these guys technically. The room is definitely laid out in a way where like it seems like you have to, but you don't. Whew. Do, 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 do. Alright, Daredevil. So now he'll show us where the pressure plates are, so we can avoid them.
Your safest bet is to let me or another teammate who can detect danger lead the way.
You say that, but I'm pretty sure that those red squares showing us the path are there no matter what. What's in the box? Solid. You see, and like even when it comes to cubes in boxes right now, it's like so sometimes I get solid, sometimes I get enhanced, and then like once in a blue moon I'll get cosmic, because it's like I've progressed far enough that it doesn't waste my time with small anymore. But I'm also not far enough for it to be like, here's an ultimate cube. Defeat 21 enemies. Okay, that's really not that many. Their bombs do hit pretty hard, but still not that bad. See, and what's crazy is, like, just now in this room, like, I just got 3 solid cubes, which is 9,000 experience, so that's basically the same as the 2 enhanced, because enhanced is 5k each, so 2 is 10. Yeah. I mean, obviously, like, ideally, you do want to be, like, at a point where you get ultimate cubes, and I think... I feel like that even on ultimate difficulty though, they're on some shit where it's like, I feel like that even on ultimate difficulty they're like, you usually get enhanced cubes, and then sometimes you get cosmic, and then like, you'll get like 3 or 4 ultimate cubes per playthrough, and that basically to get ultimate cubes, you need to do... You basically have to do Shadow of Doom on Superior or Ultimate, or you have to do Gauntlets, basically. You can also get about 100 of them, though, just from getting stars in...
Need a hand?
in various, Infinity Rifts. Whoosh! Go away, Electra. It's funny because the way that I'm used to playing this game is being like, because like I'm used to being like, I play Chapter 1, and then I play all of the Rifts and Gauntlets that Chapter 1 unlocked. Then I'll play Chapter 2, and then all the Rifts and Gauntlets that I unlocked, etc. And therefore, like, I'm used to being like, alright, I'm almost done with Shadowland. And therefore... And therefore, like, normally for me to get to this point in a playthrough takes probably about 6 hours, just because, like, you do get like 3 or because you usually get something like 3. You get like 3 Rifts and a Gauntlet per area, and once I beat a Gauntlet, I usually replay it until I lose just to see how far I can get into it. And because of that, like, usually beating Kingpin happens about 6 hours after I start the game, and therefore the fact that it's like I've been playing for 49.5 minutes, which is not long at all. it's Carolyn Phoenix. The fact that I've been playing for 50 minutes and I'm about to fight Bullseye, nice, Cosmic. Definitely feels like that I'm progressing crazy fast. However, what's awesome is that I think that I'm strong enough that I think that I'm strong enough that I will be able to get through all of Superior without doing any grinding. But I'm not quite strong enough for Ultimate though, just because like, even though this team is like 95, 120, 125, and 280, everyone else is only like level 60, which means that I have enough Alliance enhancements points in my lab for Superior, but I definitely don't have enough for Ultimate or for Nightmare, because because basically all those characters that are level 60 would need to be level 75 for Ultimate and level like 85 for Nightmare. Basically, after I finish this Superior playthrough, before I do Ultimate, I do need to do grinding. Because, like, speaking realistically, also, like, processing and editing the files together takes fucking forever. And therefore, I don't know, but this video getting posted on YouTube is probably going to be about a week after my Shadow of Doom video. Because it'll probably be something like the Shadow of Doom video comes out, then a week later, the Superior playthrough.
Something tells me the Kingpin.
And then like another week later, the Ultimate playthrough.
If we want the stone, we'll have to find him first.
Alright, let's move.
And probably about the I would suspect that probably, because I was saying that this would probably be 2 recording sessions but 1 video, because around the time that this gets to the 90-minute mark in this video, I think that is probably when I will need the cut, because I think that is probably when my roommate will get home. Alright, so that didn't quite go on. Click. Yeah, and every time you put one in, spawns more goons. So because of that, it's doing all of them without doing all of them without moving all the statues without fighting can be a little difficult, because there's so many enemies, and also a lot of them throw bombs, and a lot of them have moves that knock you on your ass. Oh, let's move this final statue to get this door open. Boop.
There. That's much better feng shui.
I guess so, yeah. Yeah. Alright, let's move on, team. Out of my way, you hand fools. Yeah, but honestly, at the rate we're progressing, I feel like that I'm in this first session. I think that I'll definitely finish Shadowland. However, Avengers Tower is likely, and X Mansion is possible. It's Carolyn Phoenix again. Thank you for cooperating. It usually does, but not always. Alright, and it's Kingpin time. Now, there should be a box over here as well. Ability orb. Alright, Fisk, give me your power stone. Give me your fake infinity stone. Not your power, just your canes.
Your moves were as embarrassing as your secrets.
And it is fitting, because in the comics, Kingpin does have a cane that he fights with, and it does shoot like a big red laser. And of course, because of how realistic and dark the Daredevil show is, that aspect of the character, who did actually originate as a Spider-Man villain, and he was actually the leader of the Sinister Six in a lot of their early appearances, because he started out, because Kingpin started out as a Spider-Man villain and then kind of became a Daredevil villain. But anyway, the point is, he totally has like a cane that like shoots a red laser beam in the comics. And even though the MCU ignored that, it's cool that they're like that this game at least acknowledges it by having his cane shoot. Now, sure, it's because of like he's got like an ISO 8 or whatever, but it still is cool to at least have it acknowledged. All right, I'm out of energy, so photon punch! Come on, Carol, kick his ass, kick his ass. No, don't kick my ass, kick his ass. It's fun, yeah, because it's like he's nice, Daredevil, a new Daredevil outfit. Because like for the most part he's really easy, but that one specific attack with the pillar always. Basically, I'm always impatient for it, and instead of like dodging or falling back, I just try to hit him, and then I get swatted away. Nothing. Take us to the Avengers Mansion. Oh yeah, Avengers Assemble, baby. Concept art, cool. Avengers Tower. All right, now we got to fend off Ultron because, of course, he'd attack Avengers Tower. Makes sense. Ultron's a big enough villain that it would be a little weird if he wasn't in this game. He wasn't in Ultimate Alliance 2, but... So I guess they didn't have to put him in, but...
You guys are probably going to want...
But it does make sense, because literally every Avengers villain that is the primary antagonist of an MCU movie
That is curious.
is in this game as a boss. In other words, Loki, Ultron, and Thanos are all in this game.
Jarvis.
We're under attack!
Frequency and trace it back to...
Woo-hoo!
I cannot access the tower's operating system either, Iron Man. If our mainframe has been compromised, we are no longer safe at our own home. Then I guess it's a good thing I own about a dozen others. How glorious it must be.
Yeah, but what about the Avengers home? Maybe we could just go back to Avengers Manor. Which I'm sure most people don't even know that exists just because it's never been in the MCU, and Stark/Avengers Tower has kind of been the primary Avengers base in the comics for like the last 25, 30 years. Because Avengers Manor being the main base of the Avengers was definitely like a 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s thing.
We continued Vision's research on the ISO 8. I think you're gonna like what we found.
I can upgrade my ISO 8s. Good whoop you friggin' do. I mean, it technically does matter.
Detected another anomaly in your area.
Yeah. We'll get it registered real quick and then we'll move on. Cool. It's weird, like, I feel like
I have found
that
means to evolved machine kind beyond.
I know it's weird, but like when it comes to like this Ms. Marvel costume, the red leggings feel really weird. I feel like that. Isn't this costume just supposed to be the scarf, the armband, the lightning bolt shirt, and the booty shorts? Like, I feel like that this game is the only place where I've seen this costume with the red. And if that is, but I'm not sure if I'm wrong. I'm not sure if I'm wrong and I'm like tripping, or if I'm right and for some reason they were like, no, you can't show her legs. I'm not sure.
Access to this sector is currently obstructed. You will need to enter the override code into the nearest interface terminal.
Team, do your fucking job. Guys, why can't 3 of you defeat 1 Ultron bot? Come on. Kick its ass. Guys. Fuck off, you robots. Okay, I put them all down at the same time this time, which means they should all reactivate it around the same time, which means I should be able to get the duper. There we go.
Tower systems restored to 25% functionality.
What do we need? Me and Phoenix. Boosh! Bum 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 bum. Now there's a box up here. Jump, girl. There we go. Cosmic. Nice. Definitely glad I grabbed that. It's so funny because it's literally like the worst designed level in the game is Avengers Tower. Then probably the best design level is the Xavier Mansion. And then the hardest level is the Dark Dimension. And then the biggest difficulty spike for people that aren't paying attention is when you go from Wakanda to Hell. And it's just interesting that it's like, guys, just let me interact with the goddamn terminal. It's interesting that like the best, the worst, and the hardest are all like back to back to back. Man, they turned back on quick. Leave me the fuck alone. Attack my teammates. Or teammates attack you. Ugh. I'm surprised I can do it from the side. Leave me alone. Got it. Fucking finally. And yeah, the security doors on the raft are obnoxious, but literally just only that second puzzle sucks, and that's not enough to ruin the entire level.
Down in the main living quarters. If you happen to have a second to swing by and set me free, that'd be swell.
Sure, we'll help you out, Wasp.
All right, let's move.
Our system following the first stage of the attack. Now Ultron sent his drones to do his dirty work.
Of course. Which is funny, because, like, the Ultron drones we can just kill, but the Iron Man armor, like, they just shut down and then they reactivate. Like, and for some reason they're invincible. No matter how much we smash them, they don't break. So those are technically more effective than the Ultron drones. Alright. Get out of here, Ultron scum. Me and Jean. Yeah, like, it's one of those things where, like, Scarlet Witch is one of the worst characters in the game when it comes to synergies. And because of that, it makes sense that it keeps on being like Kamala and Carol or Kamala and Jean. Especially considering that in addition to that, Kamala is one of the best characters in the game for synergies. It just like, it does make sense that it keeps on being like Kamala and not Scarlet Witch. Alright, he's down. Let's get this door. Good job, team. What's in this box? A rank green isolate. Okay. She can take care of herself. We'll still help her, but she'd be fine even without us. Hey, Janet. That is some durable furniture. Especially considering that now in gameplay, it's all going to get destroyed by a single attack.
Ultron and I go way back. His sentries have never seen this.
Yeah.
Vision, if you're not too busy, you might want to scan these guys for abnormal energy readings. No such thing as a lazy morning for an Avenger.
It would be pretty cool if at some point in the future we got Jocasta as a character in the MCU, but I don't think that it'll ever happen because one, doing so would require bringing Ultron back, and he's been dead long enough. I don't think that they would do that. But also two, because of what Jocasta is, having an Ultron, Ultron making her doesn't make any sense in a canon where Ultron was made by Tony and Bruce. Like if Ultron was made by Hank the way he was supposed to be, then the foundation for Jocasta would be there. But because that's not the case, not only would you have to bring Ultron back, but you'd have to be like, okay, how and why is Ultron back? And also, why does Ultron want to build himself a robot wife that looks like Janet Van Dyne and has her brain patterns? Because since in the comics Ultron is based off of because in the comics Ultron is like a combination of Wonder Man and Hank Pym. It works and it makes sense, but that wouldn't work in the MCU. Oh, yeah! Stop shooting me. Fuck him up! Spin the wind. One thing that is cool though is that it definitely does seem like that that the MCU is building up to doing something with the Young Avengers. It's one of those things where like they haven't officially announced anything involving Young Avengers yet, but that makes sense because like if they announced it, everyone would expect it. And so it's better than not announce it, slowly build to it, and then announce it after people know. Because at this point, the situation is... so first of all, Scott Lang's daughter, Cassie, becomes... it should be becoming a superhero called Stature. And basically, she's basically like... the giant man part of Ant-Man, because like she grow big but she don't shrink and she don't do anything with ants. Then in addition to that, in WandaVision, the babies that Wanda and Vision just had they're going to end up being the heroes, assuming that they don't get wiped out of existence before the show is over. They should end up becoming the characters Wiccan and Speed, and Speed has Quicksilver's powers and Wiccan has Wanda's powers. And then in addition to that, now, in Captain Marvel, they did also introduce Monica Rambeau. Now, that character in the current timeline would be like 35, so she wouldn't quite be young, but she isn't like old either, and she is a new character, and therefore I could see them including her in that. And also, recently they also did tell us that that Ironheart is eventually going to get a Disney Plus show, and therefore, depending on how popular that show is and how long they want to wait to do Young Avengers, they might even include her. And then at that point, and then also Ms. Marvel would probably be included in the team, just because the roster doesn't need to be 100% comic accurate. And as such, that would make it so that the only significant character that's missing would be Hulkling, who, despite his name, is half human, half Skrull, and has no connection to the Hulk. Alright, Ultron, let's dance. Just because Young Avengers is definitely... they have a lot of potential, and they're definitely a group that people don't know jack shit about right now. But it's also one of those things where, like, I do think it's one of those things where, like, just introducing Cassie. Oh, and Kate Bishop, too. Kate Bishop's going to be in the Hawkeye show. That's another one. Basically, all that I'm saying, though, is that it seems like that with the MCU, it's always like they start setting something up, then people are like, I don't know what the fuck this is, so let's look it up. And then they look it up, and then they become educated, and then by the time the movie or show gets made, they do actually know. It's just like how, when the She-Hulk show was announced, a lot of people thought that it was just like an original character, and that it was a gender swap of Hulk. And I'm sure that a lot of people are ignorant and still think that, but I know that there are others where they were like, oh, they did research, and they're like, oh no, she's Bruce's cousin and blood transfusion and has way more control than him, but is a little weaker because of it. I know that they said that the She-Hulk show is going to be light and be like and is going to basically be a comedy, but I do still hope it has a villain, and I think that I hope that they go with the leader. That being said, at this point, the Incredible Hulk movie, the one that was, the one where, the one where Ed Norton was Banner. Because that Hulk movie is technically canon to the MCU, and Abomination was the bad guy in that. However, he didn't die, and he hasn't been seen since. And because of that, I feel like that, even though I would prefer the leader, I actually would be okay if they were like, Abomination has literally been in jail for 20 years, but he got out and now Jennifer has to deal with him. And characters like Zax, who's like this big lightning monster, would be really cool. And but he doesn't really have enough personality. And the same is also kind of true for Fin Fang Foom's not a Hulk or She-Hulk villain, but he would definitely be cool to see in the MCU. And if they were to incorporate him, they would need to have him go up against one of the heavy hitters. Like someone like Hulk or She-Hulk or Thor is who would have to fight Fin Fang Foom if he was incorporated. Fin Fang Foom's a pimp. Love to see him. Alright, Ultimo. So we gotta like ride the elevator and infect your ass? Yeah.
I've determined a new plan of attack. I will head to
Cool.
the rooftop and prepare the weaponry required for the final battle.
Let's get it done.
Yes.
What's in the box? A solid cube. Okay. Little underwhelming, but definitely better than Concept Arbor and ISO 8, so still cool.
Nearly invulnerable. Any weapons we have won't work against him. I am more interested in defeating.
He is a lot bigger than usual.
And I believe I found a way to use the ISO 8 to our advantage in that situation.
And Ultimo is an Iron Man villain, but he's not connected to Ultron at all normally. And in fact, I think that usually he's a robot that I think that he's like a minion for the Mandarin usually, I think. He's definitely a character that I'm not that familiar with. Like the only thing that I know for sure is that he is Iron Man villain.
Its proximity to the Mind Stone should enhance my processing power exponentially. Does that mean you can shut Ultimo down? Eventually. But first, I will have to collect data from the fallen centrists to locate weaknesses in Ultron's programming.
Alright. We're gonna kick his ass whenever we get to the top of this elevator. He's gonna be one more wave of... It's so funny, because it's like... When everyone was playing this for the first time, when you ride the Doc Ock elevator on the rack, it was like, alright, it's time for that part of the game where you fight all the enemies on the elevator. But then they're like, nope, you just ride the elevator. But it's because they were saving it for Avengers Tower, where it's like, nah, now it's time to ride the elevator and fight all the enemies. In the first game, there's definitely an elevator segment where, like, when you're at the Omega base, you ride an elevator and you fight AIM goons. However, if Ultimate Alliance 2 has one, don't remember what it is. Wow, like, you know what? That's crazy, because, like, I started recording an hour and 18 minutes ago, and I had no money, and now I have 9 million. Now, 9 million, that isn't a lot, that isn't a huge amount, but it definitely isn't small. And also, like, when it comes to grinding, like, grinding 9 million per hour is pretty good. However, that being said, it is also true that defeating enemies here will give more than defeating enemies at, say, the Wrath, because this is a higher level. Meaning that if I got 9 million from the hour and 19 minutes I've been playing just now, like, that's pretty good. And that, like, that means that if I, like, just, like, if I just grinded Avengers Tower, getting 9 million would probably take like 45 minutes, maybe an hour. And that's pretty good. Oh, you know what I just do? Like, the amount of credits that we get from opening Odin's crates at the end of Asgard is probably going to be insane. Like, just from breaking all of the crates in Odin's throne room, we're probably going to get like 5 million. Which is interesting, because I suppose that you could probably break those crates open and then, like, go to the shield point that's behind you, quit and reload and do it again. And if that is the case, it would be like, yeah, like, however many credits are in those Odin crates, you get that many every like 2 minutes. And in fact, that actually might be. Honestly, I bet that farming the Odin crates on Ultimate is probably the best credits grind in the game. And I do mean that because it's like on Ultimate, it's like level 73 there, I think. And if not, then maybe Nightmare, because it's probably something like those crates are probably like 70. Yeah, they're probably like 71 on Ultimate and then like 76 on Nightmare. So yeah, the best credit farm in the game is probably like you're playing on Nightmare, you break open Zodin's crate, you get like 20 million, and it takes 2 minutes because of the load screens. But still, like playing for 2 minutes and getting like 20 million credits, that's really fast. And that probably does rival. And if you can do better, it would be by like playing a level 270 Gauntlet. However, the thing is, you can't fail at breaking open Odin's crates, but you could fail at a Gauntlet. Let's just clear the room real quick and beat his ass. Two enemies? Alright, let's finish off Ultimo. Yep, let's finish him off. Nice. A new outfit for the Wasp.
Final firewall has been breached. Initiating containment protocol.
Schooled your ass, Ultron. Now let's trap your digital mind in the Mind Stone forever, ever, ever. All right, let's go to the X Mansion, Vision. Yeah, because Ultron kind of reactivated the Sentinels when he was deciding what body he wanted to inhabit. Destroy all mutants. All right, let's kick some Sentinel ass. The Sentinels are no match for my power! Yeah, okay, you've been at 90% for a long time. Let's get this shit done. I know that, like, it technically does load during the cutscenes, and that therefore, if watching the cutscenes does result in shorter loading screens, technically. But, yeah. Alright, let's move out. Yeah, we'll save them. Destroy all mutants.
Maybe we can use that core and drop.
Yep, that's the way to fight them. Destroy 13 Sentinels. Got it. And we have Cyclops, Colossus, Nightcrawler, and Psylocke all as CPU allies. That's pretty cool. Even if they mostly just stand there and attack occasionally, that's still pretty cool. Boosh! Boosh! Don't worry, Scott. We're gonna kick all their asses. Destroy them! Get out of here, you big giant purple robot assholes. And I know some of you guys are blue, but mostly purple. The final one! Boosh!
They were able to repair themselves after that.
Maybe next time, bud. Meet Beast behind the mansion. We're coming, Hank. We're coming. I just need to kill these sentinels real quick. Well, I guess technically I don't need to, but I can and I want to and I will. Your tacos will be destroyed. Everything you love will be ruined. Sorry, Wade.
You might want to search the area.
I know, we'll get this shit saved real quick. It's weird, because, like, part of me likes the fact... Nice. Part of me likes the fact... Just, Rush and Wave Gauntlets are the best ones to grind. And, like, the highest level Rush that I have right now is, like, level 38. And therefore, level 47 defeat 200 enemies is better than level 38 defeat somewhere from 50 to 150 depending on how hard I try. The Infinity Sentinel has come! Oh, I did. I used it way earlier than I meant to. See, because Extreme is L and R, and basically L is dodge roll, and R is powers. And I was like, I was trying to go to roll and then go back and using my powers, but I did it in too rapid of succession, so the Extreme went off. No match for me, Infinity Sentinel. A new outfit for Psylocke. Alright, the Brotherhood cometh. Yep, let's kick your ass. Even though you're supposed to lose this fight. And we probably will because of that. So we'll focus on Mystique because she's the easiest to take down. Just because, like, if I can get a KO, I want to get a KO, and realistically, it'll be her or no one.
If you want to beat me, you better shape up.
I'm close. Maybe next time, Mystique. Yeah, and then we're out of time. Alright, we gotta run from Juggy through our house. What an asshole. At least he ran through the hole that Magneto already made and didn't make a second hole. Oh, as if it really matters. My friend and I were talking about the fact that we're worried that in the MCU Fantastic Four film they won't do Doom or Galactus or Surfer for the same reason that that the Spider-Man movies were like Vulture and Mysterio, no one from the previous films. But what I was realizing is that eventually the X-Men are going to come to the MCU, and with that, like, they can't be like every hero and villain that's ever been in an X-Men movie is banned from the MCU because they were in an X-Men movie. Like, they can't do that with the X-Men. Like, you can't make an X-Men movie that's like no Storm, no Rogue, no Gambit, no Wolverine, no Nightcrawler, no Psylocke. Like, because if everyone that's ever been in an X-Men movie is off the table, and also that would also mean like no Magneto or Mystique or Juggernaut for villains, like the MCU with the X-Men is going to make MCU versions of characters that have already been in Fox movies. And therefore, since the rule of no double dipping will be broken, and also now there's no longer a repercussion for double dipping because Fox doesn't own those characters anymore, even though the current track record is Spider-Man didn't double dip, so why did the Fantastic Four? Like, we know that they're going to need to eventually because of the X-Men, and they do own Fox, and because of that, maybe I'm being naive, or maybe I'm being too optimistic, and maybe I should prepare myself for, no, the Fantastic Four is going to be Mole Man and Annihilus. But I do think that, and you know what I think is another huge factor? Like, for example, with the X-Men, like, there's dozens of people that could be on the team, and dozens that the fandom wants, so they have flexibility. But with the Fantastic Four, the only villain that people even want is Doom. And because of that, if any villain that isn't Doom is done, it's going to result in the fans being disappointed. And I think Marvel should know that, because literally ever since Fan Four Stick came out, they've been like, we want a good Fantastic Four movie, and we want to see Doom done right. Because he's the only Fantastic Four villain that people even know about or care about. Alright, we have to survive in the danger room. Because Mystique locked us in here pretending to be Cyclops.
Training programs may be holographic, but they can still digest it.
And it's funny, because, like, right now, when it comes to the future of the MCU, it's one of those things, like, so, like, Black Widow is in this category of, like, because that movie was, like, written in 2018 and filmed in 2019 and originally planned for 2020, I'm definitely worried that it's going to have, like, a bunch of... I'm worried that it's going to have, like, political feminist wokeness in it, and I'm worried that it's going to suffer from the same issues as Captain Marvel. However, I also feel like that because Natasha is already a well-liked, well-established character, I do think that even the worst-case scenario for the Black Widow movie would still have it being better than the Captain Marvel movie was. Then, I'm excited for Shang-Chi just because Legend of the Ten Rings, like, Mandarin's going to be the villain, and literally, I remember that as a kid, when Iron Man 1 was announced, I was like, oh man, I really hope that the Mandarin is the villain, because, like, the Mandarin's a really cool Iron Man villain. And as someone that read comics as a kid, I knew who he was, and I'm glad that we're finally getting him, considering how much he's been teased over the years. Then Eternals is in a category of, I really only know the basics of it, but I'm still excited for it because I think that it's gonna be good for the same reasons that Guardians of the Galaxy was good. Because, like, yeah, don't really know much about him, but that's gonna be okay. And also, the dude that played Jon Snow in Game of Thrones is gonna be in it as the Black Knight. And basically, the Black Knight is an Avenger that is pretty cool despite being pretty simple. And I actually think that the Jon Snow actor is actually a really good decision for playing the character. Then Spider-Man. I mean, I loved both of the first two, and Far From Home is definitely one of my favorite MCU films ever. And I definitely am interested by the concept of a Spider-Man film where everyone's like, wait, not only do we know that Spider-Man is Peter Parker, but we think that he tried to murder people in London and that a superhero tried to stop him and that he killed him. And, like, for example, because Flash is like, he loves Spider-Man and he hates Peter Parker, I definitely would be curious to see what his reaction to this shit is. However, all of the rumors about, like, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield and Alfred Molina and the multiverse is like, no, please don't do a live action Into the Spider-Verse. Don't want that. Then Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, very excited for, because even though I'm kind of meh on bringing the multiverse into the MCU, like, I love Scarlet Witch, I love Doctor Strange, and I'm excited to see the two of them, like, be in a movie together and interact. And also, like, they haven't confirmed Vision, but because supposedly him coming back to life is a big part of WandaVision, I wouldn't be surprised if he has a role in that movie too. Then Thor: Love and Thunder, I'm very much so on the fence, because, like, I love Thor as a hero, and also in addition to that, Thor is literally my best friend's favorite superhero ever from Marvel or DC or others. But basically, and also the villain that they have Christian Bale playing, I don't know anything about who that villain is, so that inclusion isn't really hype for me. And I don't have a problem with Jane Foster, like, becoming, like, Jane Foster, Goddess of Thunder, and having, like, Mjolnir or a third hammer or something. But I am worried that they're gonna, like, kill off Thor or disrespect his character, or be like, Cap and Iron Man both got a happy ending, but Thor doesn't. Like, I am worried about that. So I'm excited for Thor, but I'm also nervous for Thor. And then I'm excited for Black Panther 2, but I don't know how they're going to handle it because of Chadwick Boseman dying. I mean, obviously they're probably going to promote Shuri to the lead and turn her into a new Black Panther, and that's fine. I just don't know how natural it's going to feel because I don't think it was the original plan. And then I'm stoked for Fantastic Four. However, the simple truth is that if it's not Doctor Doom, I'm going to be disappointed just because I really want Doctor Doom. And honestly, I do want, like, Galactus and Silver Surfer in the MCU as well, but they're big enough villains that they should be the next Thanos, and they shouldn't just be used for a Fantastic Four villain. And then Blade, I don't really care about at all. Now, the actor that's playing him is definitely a good actor, and therefore I definitely am like Blade is definitely going to be a good movie. I just don't really care much about Blade as a character, so I'm really not that excited for it for the time being. And then when it comes to the shows, Falcon and Winter Soldier, I wasn't hyped for initially, but when they released that most recent trailer for it, with, like, the one that had, like, the Grand Canyon scene in it, it made me realize, oh, this show actually does really look good. And then I'm also kind of excited for Ms. Marvel, and I'm also very excited for She-Hulk, but I'm also nervous because I'm not a fan of it being a comedy, and I don't know who the villain is yet. Wow, we are kicking his ass. Can we actually win against him? We're supposed to lose this fight. Come on, Kamala, kick his ass. If I do win, am I actually going to get credits in EXP? Or is it just going to count as... Yes, I do. Wow, that's a lot of EXP. Or a lot of credits. 175,000. See, because, like, even though this is a story mission and the recommended... Yeah, see, because this is a story mission and the recommended level is 49, but the amount of credits that I got for that, like, is about the same as... Because obviously I beat him to level 90 Infinity Trial that unlocks Ms. Marvel's Warbird outfit, and each boss in that gives you about that many credits. So it's like, that level 49 story boss that you're not supposed to beat gave me roughly the same amount of credits as the level 90 ones from that challenge. And I don't think that it's... Yeah, and like, I know that that's not normal, because, like, I didn't get that much from Mystique or from Juggernaut or anything. And I also know that it's not him being level 90, just because I'm pretty sure that in this fight, both Corvus and Proxima are the same as when you fight them in Nowhere at the end of the game, and that it's literally like, if you're able to beat them in this fight, you're able to beat them in Nowhere, and if you're not able to beat them in this fight, then you aren't able to beat them in Nowhere. Yeah, if you can beat them here, you can beat them in Nowhere, and if you can't, you can't. Because I think it's literally like they just poop the Nowhere fight right down in front of you. Wow, I barely beat Corvus, so I was definitely expecting them to just shred me out of existence, but looks like that is not the case. Okay, so Ms. Marvel went down, but I got Extreme Attack for the rest of the team, so Proxima's down, good shit. Oh, and I got some Ebony Maw concept art. I wonder if that's... And Supergiant concept art. I wonder if you have to beat them here to get that, or if it's something like... like, are those concept arts tied to actually winning in this location? Or would I have gotten them anyway if I lost? Or maybe, like, I'm not sure, like, it's possible that I wasn't supposed to get that concept art until Nowhere and I got it early. It's also possible that maybe if I had lost, I still would have gotten it. Or maybe it's literally like, no, like, it's possible to win and you get it if you win. It's like, you might have to literally grind to level 300 or whatever, but yeah, you can do it. And we just barely escaped from the Black Order. And now we are in the Dark Dimension. And, I am going to cut off and end this part here, just because my roommate is probably going to be home in like 10 minutes, and the Dark Dimension is one of the longest chapters in the game, and I don't think I'll be able to beat it that quickly. And, but why am I saying this? Because for you it's the same video. So enjoy the Dark Dimension. Alrighty, so it's Dark Dimension time. This level is one of the harder ones in the game, so I feel like that if I get my ass kicked here, I'll have a hard time for the rest of the playthrough, and if I don't get my ass kicked here, well, then it'll probably be smooth sailing for the rest of the playthrough, because this is one of the only difficulty walls in the entire playthrough. Alright. Defeat 20 screaming hands. Or mindless ones, or whatever they're called. 20 is not a lot. That's, yeah, see, we got 15 already. Hey, big icy boy. Boop. Maybe after Thanos is done. Hey, open a portal for me. Alrighty.
Magic powering these portals is unusual, even for the Dark Dimension.
I fathom I've already jumped through enough holes in reality for one day, sweetie.
Yeah, you can never jump through too many. Okay, let's get it registered real quick, I guess. Ah, there it is. The level 48 rush. That's, most people feel that, this Infinity Trial right here, and then also like there's also like a level 61 one that's in Wakanda, that's also a rush. Those two are basically like some of the best grinding spots in the game. That level 48 rush with Wakanda is in the MODOK room, and then the level 61 rush Wakanda is in the room where you fight Claw. And that one we just went past, the bosses that spawn in there are the champions. Whereas in the level 61 one,
Powering the rift.
it'll be Mysterio, Doctor Strange, and Ultron. And honestly, because the champions are some of the easiest bosses in the game to take down, and I think that this might not be the case, but I think that all bosses, I think that a level 48 Ultron and a level 48 Elektra will both give the same amount of experience. And if that is the case, then it's like, yeah, champions all the way. Because since you fight 3 of them at once, their actual stats are kind of bad. All right. Let us continue.
The magical signature of each artifact seems to correspond with a similarly colored rift.
Makes sense. It's weird that she tells us that, but she doesn't tell us the blue ones are immune to water and ice, the red ones are immune to fire, and the yellow ones are immune to shock. Boop. Dun 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 dun. Alright, this rift looks important. So we need to either punch it or go through it.
I can feel it.
Punch it is.
It is beyond the point where smashing some trinkets will seal it.
Right, that's right. This is the rift that's connecting the Dark Dimension to Mephisto's realm, and Ghost Rider's going to come out of it once we beat up the orbs. Smash the orb! Boom!
More powerful magic will be needed to mend this fracture.
All right. Defeat 35 enemies with Ghost Rider. A lot more than when we were with Elsa, but still not that many. I guess that 35 plus 20 being 55, that's actually a decent amount of mandatory enemies for one level, I guess. Alright, I'm out of energy, so I should switch. Let's go, Captain. Come on, Carol. Let's punch him, I guess. Maybe. Whew. She's just not hitting very hard right now. She is the weakest character on my team right now, so it's kind of makes sense, but... Alright, we'll go back to Kamala because she's got some more energy. Oh yeah. So much better when you've got a weapon that you're more familiar with. Alright. Ghost Rider joins the Alliance. It's weird, like, they have they have the orange exclamation mark of, like, talk to me to progress the story over Ghost Rider's head and not, like, the regular. Because you know how, like, there's any character you can talk to has an exclamation point, but there's, like, a special exclamation point for the one that progresses the story. He's got one of the special ones over his head, but you don't actually have to talk to him. Kind of weird, but... Yeah, no, I want to jump over that, goddammit. I was like, if I go, they'll punch me while I'm jumping and I'll fall. But then instead, there's like, nudge. I'm like, ugh. What the hell? So it's weird you can't just jump up there, honestly, because it's barely a jump. It's just like it's that jump. It isn't hard because it's a hard jump. It's hard because there's always enemies like clusterfucked around it.
We have to seal them shut before the reality sphere.
All right, destroy the sphere. Spin. Going up. Maybe, I mean, I think that the rock we're on is moving up, but I guess it's possible that everything else is just moving down. Alright, Doc. Yep, I can see his rift. Let's kick his ass. So basically, if we kick his ass easily, we should be good for the rest of Superior, but if we get our ass kicked, well, then it's going to be rough. Boosh! Calm down, Doc. You're drunk. Alright, now we get to the actual hard part of the fight, though.
I've waited so long to make you mine, Strange. Oh, how the mighty have...
It's weird, because it's one of those things where, like, if this boss fight had enemies, it would be... It would be easier and harder, because it would be one of those things where, like, because with enemies, it would be easier, because you could, like, beat the crap out of them to charge your extreme gauge. But it would also be harder, because it would make it so that the party would divide and that they'd fight those enemies. So then, when you used your extreme attack, only like one or two of them would actually hit the boss. Yeah, that was not a problem at all. Alright, calm down and join our team, Doc. Yeah. Because it's so weird, because like Elsa, Ghost Rider, and Strange all have the "you must talk to me" to progress exclamation point. However, with Elsa and Strange you have to, but with Ghost Rider you don't. And that definitely makes me think that that it's a glitch. But I'm not sure if the glitch is they gave Ghost Rider the wrong animation for his exclamation point, or if the glitch is they made it so that the portal automatically appears without talking to him. But either way, I do think that that's probably was a mistake. Yeah, come down so I can hop on you. Dark Dimension Magical Barrier Concept Art. You say that, but falling down that death pit technically was a good thing because it gave me an enhanced cube. And I don't think I took any damage or anything. Boo, boo, boo. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. 23 enemies. 55, 23, that's 78. 78 mandatory enemies. Now we're actually getting to a point where it's like, yes, you have to actually defeat enemies in... Yeah, because Elsa had 20, Ghost Rider had 35, now it's 23. 78. So and that so that's enough that it's like if you aren't strong enough to beat enemies in the dark dimension, you're gonna have a bad time because you got to beat 78 of them. And sure, there is a lot that are in the category of like they get directly in your way and in your path, and therefore you probably will fight them, but you also technically don't have to. And therefore, even though 78's the minimum, you're probably going to be killing a lot more than those 78.
I can sense that you carry similar ones already.
Boosh!
Use these to erect a mystical shield. Now, the crystals are more fragile than I expected. But there should
I was through the mystical shield before you were done explaining what it is and how to get through it. That's okay, Doc.
All of these winding paths and warp holes are giving me a bloody migraine.
It's going to be okay. Boink! Boom! Cool. Now we can hop through here. And now that we're up here, we can wreck this yellow one. And then now, that gives us access to all three of these chests. And we get Ability Orb, meh. Cosmic Cube, heck yeah. And an A rank purple ISO 8. So, meh, good, meh. I would imagine that what chests give cubes is probably the same on each difficulty, but just because it's a higher difficulty, it's up by a tier or two. Like, for example, that chest that I just opened that gave me the Cosmic Cube, on Mighty, that chest probably also has an Experience Cube, but it's probably just a tier lower for Enhanced. And on Ultimate, it's probably a tier higher for Ultimate. So it's probably like, yep, that chest is like, you get Enhanced, and then you get Cosmic, and then you get Ultimate. I don't know that for sure, but that's what I would guess, and that does make sense. And also, in addition to that, it definitely feels like that, I know that what is in each chest is not random, and I also know that it feels like that the amount that I'm getting per playthrough is roughly the same. Whoa. I didn't know you could knock guys off that. I mean, it makes sense, but it's just like, because in Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2, grabbing and throwing is actually a mechanic, and therefore almost every level has places where you can throw people to their death. But because it's not a mechanic in this game, and the only way to cliff people is by like using a knockback move, it's literally the type of thing where, like, in the Kree ship, you can knock guys off of the stairs that are before Ronin. In the raft, I don't think that there's any cliffs of any kind. Then Shadowland, right before Bullseye, you can knock ninjas off the roof. Then Avengers Tower, when you're in the Ultimo boss fight area, you can knock enemies off of the roof of Avengers Tower there. And then the X Mansion has none. And therefore, even though that looks like a pit right there, I would definitely just kind of like assumed that you couldn't. But I guess that's another one. Then with a Tilling? It's weird, like, in a Tilling, when you're going down that hallway that leads to Maximus, I know that there's, like, I know that there's some bullshit on the sides, but, like, I don't remember if there's a wall. I know that there's walls on the side of the bridge, but I don't remember if there's pit next to them, or if there's... Basically, you might be able to knock people off of the bridge in the Tillen, but also maybe not. I'm not sure. We'll find out in a couple minutes, though. And, then I know that now hell. When you're in hell, you can definitely knock people off of the pits. Because that's why the enemies there are so tanky. The enemies there are extra tanky because almost all of hell has pits. Because that's how you're supposed to kill enemies. But Asgard should be pitless. Oh, Wakanda. I don't think there's any in Wakanda either. And then Nowhere definitely doesn't have any because there's a boss rush. Maybe next time, Loki. Boo, doo, doo, doo. Wee, wee.
Anyone know what that was all about?
All that matters is that he is gone, and we have his crystals, and that Dormammu lies there.
Yeah, it should be like a room full of enemies and then Dormammu, something like that.
Dormammu's lair is near. Focus the energy from the crystals. We can't delay. Dormammu's shield must be broken.
I hear you, Strange. Oh, I have my extreme, so let's just...
Energy of the barrier.
Yeah, I know I could use the rocks, but...
The mindless ones are bringing them right to us.
May as well, I guess. Shoot a laser, you guys. You fucking loser, shoot me with your laser. Boo! Shoot me with your laser. There we go. Thanks, guys.
Fantastic. The barrier is beginning to
I know, Doc, I know. Shoot me with your laser. No, don't hit me with your body. Just shoot me with your laser. Woo! Pick it up, pick it up. Shoot me with that laser. Stop shooting the ground right next to me. Shoot me. There we go. Boosh. Uh-huh. He's like, one more rock will do it. We're through, boys. All right, let's go, ladies. It's time to kick Dormammu in the butt, I guess.
You know, I'm suddenly kind of glad I didn't have those tacos after all. Because I'd probably be spewing them back into my mask about now.
Why? I guess dizzy. All right, Dormammu, let's go. I mean, yeah, it's like technically he is a sorcerer, but he's also kind of just like a demon, and like a lot of his powers are from his demoniness and not his sorcereriness. Like I get his point, but he's not really that much of a. Let's kick his ass. If you say so, Dormy. I'm gonna kick your ass. I know. That one was about to blow up, so I need a new one. There's one. Yeah. It's way easier to charge him in here, just because not only do we have both of those spheres on the left and right shooting shit at me, but also Dormammu himself is like, what if I threw a bunch of bullshit at you? Wow. Because he was stunned, that throwing that sphere drained the entire chunk of health.
This is my domain.
Yes.
You'll be able to defeat me here.
It is kind of weird that we go to the Dark Dimension and that there's no Clea. Just, I guess in case anybody doesn't know, Clea is Doctor Strange's wife, and despite being a good guy, she's natively from the Dark Dimension, and that's like how they met. That's a great example of a type of character where it's like she doesn't need to be playable at all, but it would be but she would also make complete sense as an NPC. Like if it was me, I would have made characters like Beast, Winter Soldier, and Vision be playable, and had characters like Clea be additional NPCs. All right. And now we're off to Attilan. That's probably the longest mission in the game, but because of knowing what I'm doing, skipping cutscenes, and the fact that this game's story mode has power creep for your heroes, because the story mode levels up at a slower rate than you do, and therefore technically Superior is going to be easier than Mighty, and then Ultimate is going to be easier than Superior, because playing through a story gives you more power, additional power, than the difficulty increases by.
For the sake of my sister.
You gain power you gain power faster than the enemies do. Like the only way you're gonna have a hard time in Superior or Mighty is if you're on some shit where it's like, I didn't play any Infinity Rifts, I didn't play any Gauntlets, and I'm only fighting mandatory enemies, and therefore... See, this is what I was trying to remember. Like, I didn't remember if there was wall, if after the wall, I didn't remember if there was pit or wall, and the answer is there is pit. And therefore, like, maybe this will stop you from throwing people off the edge, but also maybe it doesn't, and you could throw people out of the ring and win that way.
We must deliver him to the infirmary at once. If we don't get Gorgon some help fast, he's not going to make it.
You'll be okay, big guy. Maximus must have sneak attacked him because Maximus is literally just a smart techie, and as such, in an actual fight, he can't hold a candle to Gorgon, because Gorgon's seismic stomp is a lot stronger than anything. That being said, it's also true that his seismic stomp would fuck up the city a little bit, so maybe he didn't want to do that.
Isn't that right?
Whoosh! Ah, they're there. Well, good job to whichever teammate got him. I think it was Wanda. Ah, okay, so yeah, see, there's definitely... Yeah, you can definitely just knock enemies off there if you wanted to. So this bridge is definitely another place where you could kill him with falls. Yes, he's like, that dude, he only had like 10% of his HP left when it happened, but technically he died by falling. Okay. Alright, now these ones I'm going to punch, because I do want to have a little bit more energy than what I've currently got when I fight the boss. All right, Maximus, it's time. Oh yeah, I meant that when I got to the first boss, I meant to check that because I wasn't sure. Because it's one of those things like telling how much of the health bar. I can only tell how much of the health bar is on screen when a health bar is on screen. And I was like, oh, I should make sure it's not cut off. And of course, I ended up fighting Doctor Strange, Loki, and Dormammu before I thought of it. However, it's also true that I'm only half an hour into the video. So now for Maximus, for Claw, for MODOK, for Surtur, for Red Skull, for the Destroyer, and for the Black Order, and for Thanos, and for Thane, we should have health bars, because I should be able to get through all that in this session. No, you don't.
Your time on the throne is about to expire. Over here. I can generate enough amber to protect you. Stay close to me.
Don't need to right now. Thanks, Jean. She gave me a lot of energy back, which makes sense because, like, in addition to Maximus, there was like 3 or 4 of his drones in there. A new outfit for Crystal? Fuck yeah.
Is it clear now who wears the crown?
Alrighty. And now we're off to Wakanda.
What can I do?
Let's see how obnoxious these snipers are. Hey, Bucky. It's funny because when the trailer for Falcon Winter Soldier was dropped a while ago, I didn't watch it, and it's partially because I knew that I was going to watch the show, and I knew that I was going to like it. And it's one of those things where, like, if you already know you're going to watch and enjoy something, why spoil aspects of it by watching the trailer? But, and also in addition to that, like, because both Falcon and Bucky are, like, cap sidekicks that haven't gotten much to do in the actual movies, it's like, are they going to be able to actually carry a series, just the two of them? But I very recently I gave in the curiosity and watched it, and it looks like that not only, based on the trailer, not only does it look like that Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie are going to have pretty good on-screen chemistry and actually feel like a good team, but it also just looked like that in general. It's going to be good, and that the quality of the Grand Canyon scene that was in that trailer was definitely like, wow, that's definitely like cinematic quality, and it like looks better than any of the action sequences we've gotten on Mandalorian. Looks better than I was expecting it to, and that really got me excited for it. And in addition to that, the 4th episode of WandaVision, which was on today, was also really nice. It was definitely the best of the 4 episodes so far. And because it was just nice to be like, you know what, by the time you guys see this, episode 5 will probably be like a day out away from releasing. So just like, because episode 4 is basically, it's the events of episodes 1, 2, and 3, but from Sword's perspective. And that was just really nice because it gave us so much more context on what's going on and why. And they did basically confirm that Wanda's powers have evolved and that she is responsible for the sitcom reality and the simulation, and that she is the mastermind, and that she's just doing it because she wants to be happy and she wants to live in the fantasy world because reality fucking sucks right now. Which makes sense, because when Thanos was beaten and the Unsnap was undone, literally every single person that lost a loved one to Thanos, except for Wanda, got their loved ones back. So it makes sense that that would psychologically break her and make her want to, like, go live in a fantasy world and shelter herself and have her powers evolve. And also it's even nice to be like, okay, well, why can't they just let Wanda live in her fantasy? Well, it's because, one, she has taken a real town hostage, and like everyone in the town is an actual real person. So until Wanda is stopped, all of these people have given up whatever lives they had for the sake of her, which actually does mean that, for the time being anyway, now there could easily be another big plot twist later, but for the time being, like, Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, is technically the main villain of the show right now, technically. And also the barrier that she has erected up, like, it's emitting cosmic radiation, and this radiation is going to gradually become stronger and stronger, and therefore, given time, it will cause problems for people outside the simulation. Now, they haven't specified if this cosmic radiation would kill people, or if it would maybe mutate people's DNA and give them powers, or if it would do something else. And that's and therefore, and because the town that we're in is in New Jersey, and also because Geraldine is Monica Rambeau, it's like, I don't know, like, maybe it's building up to nothing because she's going to be stopped, or maybe it's building up to Monica becoming Photon, or honestly, because it's in New Jersey, it could be building, it could even maybe somehow end up connecting to Ms. Marvel, like the Kamala one, or it's also maybe even possible that that it could get so out of hand that maybe the bubble will briefly encompass like the entire world or a huge chunk of it, and that will result in like the creation of the mutants and be like, yep, she created the X-Men. So hard to say. Now, that being said, it is also true that, like, by talking about it in this video, I am technically dating the content, because even in like a week or two, we'll know so much more, and it'll be like, ha! All your baseless speculation has now been proven false. So, yeah. But it's still, I don't know, interesting. Alright. Security doors down. Let's go. Get out of Aim's hair. Ooh, there's a box back there. Wakanda burial chamber concept. It's funny because it's like I'm on Superior, so I've technically seen everything before, so there are no spoilers with concept art. But it is kind of weird that it's like it's concept art for a part of Wakanda that I haven't been to yet on Superior. And that's definitely a little weird. It's like, I don't know, like, why not put it in the actual catacomb? Boosh! Alright, no, quit knocking me around! The damage isn't a problem, but gosh. Bad laser gun thingy. It's like, yeah, it's obnoxious that it knocks me around so much, but at least it doesn't do very much damage. Alright. Ah, what a nice bridge. Sure would suck if somebody attacked us while we were on this bridge. Oh no! It's Claw. He's going to attack us on the bridge. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Gotta load the entire second chunk of Wakanda, so I guess it makes sense it would take a long time. %. That's 91%. That's unusual, because usually it's like, it'll be like 50 and then 90 and then 100. So the fact that it's like 87, 95 is definitely not the normal. Oh. That's why it took so long, because it was loading that cinematic and it was loading, because like I thought that the skip button skipped that cinematic too, but it had to load the cinematic and the mission. At least there's a rhyme and reason to it.
I knew it. There's no way he'd go out without a fight. Going lucky.
Kick their asses. Boosh. Alright, let's go, team. We're going to do our best to not get shot by these snipers, but it's going to be interesting to see how much damage they do. If they do hit me.
Hold them, my sisters. May Bast guide our hands.
Do not stand alone, adored ones.
Okay. That's nowhere near as much damage as it could have been. Like, that's... I was preparing to be like, ooh, that's a lot of damage. We're going to need Flex Seal for that one. But no, it wasn't even bad enough to make the joke. Boop. Bum. Bum, bum, bum. Honestly, though, that is good, because it's one of those things where, like, they easily could have made it so that snipers, like, bypassed the durability stat, and that, therefore, a single sniper bullet, no matter what character you were, always did 60% of max HP, and therefore, no matter what, you always died from 2 sniper shots. But the fact that it's like, nah, I got hit by one of these snipers that's supposed to be OP, and I took 20% damage, is nice, because that means that they do actually have, like, a flat attack stat, and that, like, you can actually reduce the damage you take from them by building, like, durability and projectile defenses. And the fact that you can drastically reduce the damage to be super low like that makes them not broken or obnoxious. Just 5 more guys and there's all of them. It's also kind of a little bit weird that, like, they have the Dora Milaje. That's not quite right. I don't fully know how to pronounce it. Maybe it is. Like they have them. Like, it's cool that they have them as, like, a unit type where, like, they'll fight along you as NPCs and then they'll get mind controlled by the Soul Stone and then you'll have to fight against them. But it is kind of weird that, because, like, for example, when you go to Nowhere, when you go to Nowhere, they have basic Nova units. fighting alongside you, but they also have like the actual superhero Nova as well. And it's weird they didn't do the same thing here. Like the fact that they just have the Dora and that they don't have like Okoye or Shuri specifically is a little weird because they included Nova alongside the Nova Corps later in the game. It's weird. This is one of those games though where it's like there can never be too many characters. Like, it's literally the type of thing where, like, too many playable characters, too many NPCs as cameos, and too many bosses will never be a thing. Like, even if they were like, we've got 70 playable characters, 30 dope-ass cameos, and 55 badass boss fights, I'd still probably be like, yeah, but what if these characters were playable? And what if these characters were additional NPCs? And what if these characters were... Just because there's so many characters in Marvel that the Wellspring has near infinite potential.
You must destroy the control modules. Once the control modules are destroyed, Wakanda's defenses will be restored
And it's hard, too, because, like... predicting newcomers for Amuafor is both easy and hard because you know that it's going to be like basically I feel like characters that people were talking about and asking for during this game's DLC cycle and characters that come to the MCU between games. So like for example, in Ultimate Alliance 4, we will in Ultimate Alliance 4, characters like Beast and Winter Soldier will probably get in because of players asking for them. Then Vision will probably get in because of the MCU show. And then She-Hulk and Photon will probably come in because they're getting added to the MCU now and then soon. But it's also true that because of the fact that they have characters like Crystal and Elsa Bloodstone, they also will probably want to have some newcomers that are niche. But it's also hard because Ultimate Alliance is a relatively small series that's only had third games, and also the game has never had a direct sequel before. So if Ultimate Alliance 4 is a direct sequel to 3, that'll be the first time the series has done that. Like, basically, like, we have a general idea of how much work doing Everyone Is Here was for Sakurai with Smash Brothers, but we don't know how hard that would be for Team Ninja with this game. And therefore, I don't know how much I should expect it to happen, and if it does happen, I don't know if we should expect 5, 10, 20, or 50 new characters alongside the Everyone Is Here. And also, the characters in this game are pretty simple because really it's like... Because like in Smash, most characters have like 16, 20 moves, something like that. But you have like 6 moves in this game. So, realistically, developing... During the time it takes to make one fighter for Smash, you could probably develop 4. Like, for example, doing a full DLC pack of, like, Punisher, Blade, Moon Knight, and Morbius probably took the budget and the dev time of, like, Joker for Smash. Probably. And because of that, it's also, like... And for that reason, it makes me feel like that maybe we could expect a lot of new characters. Also, in addition to that, it's also true that, like, sure, there was 3 years between the first and second game, and therefore there could be 3 years between 3 and 4. But because there was 10 years between 2 and 3, who knows, that could happen again. That being said, it is also true that Marvel Mania is kind of that, like, right now, because Marvel was not super popular when MUA 1 or 2 came out, but it was when 3 came out, and because of that, I'm pretty sure that 3 is the best selling of the 3 by far. I'm not 100% on that, but I think that that's the case. I could look it up. I should. I'm not going to look it up now, but I will fact check that. But regardless, we live in a world where,
Stand back, friends.
unless you make a truly god-awful game, like Marvel's Square Enix Avengers, it's going to sell and do well if it has the Marvel stamp on it. And because of that, like, if they release a MUA 4 next year in 2022, even if it's a Switch exclusive, I do think it'll sell well, and I do think that it'll break 1 million units just like the way this one did. Especially if they listen to fan feedback and adjust how and like basically like, because like if they 1, remove ISO 8s completely, 2, adjust the leveling and scaling system of the game to make it so that it's less grindy, and also so that like you can't lose a level 40 mission with level 60 heroes, and if the newcomers are hype, like hype AF, then that would be great. And what's also cool is that, like, it's also true that, like, people, like, for example, like, personally, I really want more Inhumans. Like, I want Black Bolt and Medusa. And, like, if, when it comes to a MUA 4, probably the best way to go about it would be, like, you need to add a couple niche characters that, like, hardcore comic fans can pop off to. So for characters like that, probably characters like Black Bolt and Medusa and maybe Karnak. But then you also need to put in characters that are in the MCU that are mainstream that aren't in, so characters like Vision and Winter Soldier. And then you also need to do new characters like Photon and She-Hulk. And then you also need to do X-Men, because everyone loves the X-Men. Like, for example, if they added, if they were, because, like, for example, like, here's a great example. Canonically, Magneto, Juggernaut, and Mystique joined the Alliance, but the reason why Juggernaut and Mystique are not playable is because canonically, they stayed at the X-Mansion and acted as a distraction to fight the Black Order while everyone else escaped. And because we went from straight from like X-Mansion to Dark Dimension to Attilan to Wakanda to Asgard to nowhere, we just didn't have a chance to go pick them up, right? But because in between games we have time to prepare for the next threat, like, if MUA 4 was like Juggernaut, Mystique, the Beast, and Hypersonic Teenage Warhead are all base roster playable characters, people like the X-Men enough that would generate hype and sales. Like, this, it's literally just like if you're gonna have, even if you have only 10 new characters, it's like a couple X-Men, a couple MCUs, and then a couple niche ones for the comic fans, and you're good. Go away, you snipper. Oh yeah, nobody's gonna snipe me. Boosh! I'm opening the door. Oh, excuse me. I was punching him to get energy back, but I don't need it if I just, because I can just get it all back from the shield point. Yep, let's kick their asses.
But Wakanda's got dozens
Alright.
I fought by T'Chaka's side long ago. His name and his legacy are worth.
Boop, 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 boop.
I think we can all guess.
Alright, let's take out these snipers first. Boosh! Yeah, they also are some of the weakest enemies in terms of health and defense. And that also, like, the fact that they're so easy to kill when you get to them also justifies them doing metric fuck tons of damage. Boosh! Now there should be, we gotta destroy some guns in here because there's like a synergy box that I want. I don't know what's in it. It's probably gonna be like a shitty ISO 8. But regardless, I want it. Yeah. Boo. Oh, and there's also like 3 on just regular loot boxes. So there's like, it's something like 4 of the 12 treasure boxes in Wakanda are in this one room. Oh, fuck yeah. Cosmic ability and concept art. Yeah, you're not doing any damage to me, but you're knocking my ass around, I know. It is doing damage, but it's like 28, 32, 70, 80. Okay, it's like 70, 80, not 20, 30. But I've got like, what, 20,000 health, so who cares? Alright, what do we want? It's me and Phoenix again? Come on, Jean. Good, Jean. Good. Alright. We're coming for your bitch ass, MODOK. Force field down. Let's see.
I suspect MODOK will be just beyond this corridor.
I've got about an hour and a half of memory left on my SD card. 90 minutes for Hell, Asgard, and Nowhere. That's definitely gonna be tight when it comes to time, but I think I can do it. Yeah, I can definitely do it, because realistically, honestly, I know it's crazy, but Hell and Asgard together will probably take a half an hour. And then Nowhere by itself will probably take like a half an hour. I still want to try to obliterate this MODOK fool as quickly as I can, though. Get out of my way, MODOK. Stop zipping around the room. You're like one hit away from... You're from the cinemat. Yep. Maybe next time, MODOK. Now we can stagger this fool and we can drop the dick. Oh, I believe it, Falcon. Yeah, I know. I'm a durability. I am strength and durability. And you are a mastery boss. And therefore, because I don't have resilience, you kind of shred me. No healing. Bad MODOK. He was healing for 1,200 and I was hitting him for 5,000, so I was technically damaging him faster than he was healing. But he technically is still healing, so it is, even though I'm burning through it, it is still making him have more health. Get your bitch ass out of here, MODOK. New outfit for Storm? Fuck yeah. What's interesting though is like I have her default and I have her punk. And the alternate of her default is like the white one, which you just get through normal means. So I guess it's probably like the alternate punk is probably what that gave. Alright, we have to run away from the Black Order like bitches. Because for some reason it's like, yeah! It's like, you have all 6 of the Infinity Stones, and every character that gets recruited in the story mode has been recruited. In other words, the only difference between the way we are now and the way we are when we beat the game is, like, 9, 10 levels. And I guess rainbow ISO 8s. And that's what makes the difference, I guess. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here. Yeah, the Black Order. Proxima uses that space stone to teleport us to hell because she's like, why would I kill you when I could just have someone else do it? And I'm like, you bitch! And she's like, yeah, maybe a little bit. Alright. Come on, stop sitting at that 90. Go, 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 go! It's one of those things where, like, whenever I'm recording, I'm impatient for load screen because the simple truth is editing the load screen out is something I could do, but honestly, it's a big enough pain in the ass that it's not worth the trouble, and therefore, ultimately, load screens are kind of just like dead time in the content. But when I'm playing by myself, I usually multitask when I play games off camera, and because of that, like, there's totally times where it's like, I could be progressing for like 10 minutes, but I'm not because of the multitasking. And because of that, I just focus on what the multitasking thing is during the load screen, and therefore the load screens, even if they're long, don't bother me. But basically, if the Switch Pro rumors do end up being true, and one of the perks is, because like, if the Switch Pro is like, it's a Nintendo Switch, but no handhold, like, docked on your TV only, and one of the perks is, and like the perks are, it's got a bigger memory card so you can have more save data, and it has faster loading times, I do think I would get one, just because having reduced loading times when I'm recording would be real nice. But that's a pretty big if, because it's definitely just a rumor. And I don't have a Switch Lite just because, partially because I almost always play my Switch in docked, and therefore the handheld wouldn't be very useful, but also because Joy-Con drift is a real problem, and I'm worried that the joysticks and the controllers of the Switch Lite, which are just built right in, are going to suffer from the Joy-Con drift problem, and that therefore, like, 6 months after getting a Switch Lite, it would be like, and now it's unplayable because the Joy-Cons that are literally built into the system have Joy-Con drift, and I don't want that. But then the other reason is also just because, like, when it comes to the save data transferring, the way it works is like, the way that I would want it to work would be like, I'm playing Ultimate Alliance 3 on my Switch, on my regular Switch. But then I want to play it on my Switch Lite, so I pop the game cartridge in, and then, boom, I'm in exactly the same place. So in other words, if Switches saved your progress to the actual game cartridge, I would be all over it, because then I could just be like, move the cart back and forth between whichever one I want to do. And it would be the same as just like how, like, if I'm playing Pokemon Diamond, I can technically move the game cart back and forth between, like, my DS and my 3DS at will, and it causes no problems. And if it worked like that, I'd be all over it. But because the way it works is you have to, like, connect to the internet and, like, transfer data. So basically what it does is it uploads your Switch data to the cloud, then it deletes all the data from your Switch, and then it downloads it onto the Switch Lite, and you have to repeat that process every time you move. Even if it's quick and it only takes 2 minutes, it's a step that I don't like, and every time you do it, there's a chance that it will fuck up and corrupt your data and have you lose everything. And therefore, I just don't see it. Like, it's not easy enough to swap between the systems. I just want the box. I don't care about you goons. And it was just some concept art. Alright, there's her castle. We're almost there.
Be wary. The stuff of this realm was not meant for mere mortals to withstand.
It hasn't told us that we have to kill these guys, but we do, because when we get up there, it's going to close a gate, and it's going to say defeat 20 enemies, and of the 20, 4 of them are these guys, and then the other 16 spawn right in front of the gate. So we do got to kill these guys real quick. Dun, 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 dun. See, because we killed the 4. But then when we get up here and it gates, and they do spawn, it says 4 out of 20. See, so we had to beat those 4. They count. CPU Phoenix should be, like, when Phoenix is a CPU, she does use that thing every now and then, but she just doesn't use it enough. Like, I know that the AI is programmed to primarily use light attacks and heavy attacks, and that the reason why is so that if your character runs out of energy, you can switch to them and be like, I've got energy, so I can use my powers and I can do shit. Because it would be frustrating to be like, oh no, the character that I'm playing has no energy, and that's also true for all the characters on my team that I'm not playing. But it's also like, because the entire point of that ability is to restore your team's energy when your team's energy is low, it would be really nice if she was like, oh, your energy's low, let me just throw out that energy circle real quick. But it's also true that being like, Phoenix, energy circle, Kamala, is easy to do. So it's not actually a problem. It's pretty easy to combo with yourself. Most of the time, anyway. Yeah, I don't care about fighting any of you guys. Just because, like, not only is there a lot of enemies in this hallway, but it's extra obnoxious because of the fire. So I kind of see just zip zooming through.
Yes, I've been on torture planes more welcoming than this place.
Whoa! Like, when I saw that that box wasn't sparkling, I was like, okay, so it's not a loot drop box. It's probably one that's just got, like, energy or health in it. But no. But that makes sense, because why? When there's a... But it was one of those credit ones, and it's like, that shit gave me 2 million credits. That's a lot. Honestly, that's probably how much we'll get from the Odin's room. Because Odin's throne room, I just remember this for some reason. When you gain all the ISO 8 from the throne room, there's like 2 credit boxes in there. So we'll probably get 2 million from each of those. It'd be like 4 million, baby. Alright, Surtur, let's go. Alright, so his health bar is invincible. His health bar is invincible, but his stagger gauge is not. So our priority needs to be destroying that stagger gauge, because once it's gone, Thor will Bifrost him out of here. Yeah, I know, you love to knock me on my ass. Get out of here, you. Alright, Thor, let's port out of here, buddy. Alright. Let's go, Surtur. You ain't bringing Ragnarok today. Yep. It's one of those things where, like, we were just in hell, and therefore Surtur saying he's sending us back to hell makes sense. However, Cap, this is the first time we've been in Asgard in the entire game, and also Thor is the only one of us that's actually, like, from Asgard. So Cap saying, alright, we made it back to Asgard, doesn't really make sense. That Cap line definitely should have been, we made it to Asgard, not we made it back to Asgard, because we weren't in Asgard. I know, semantics, grammar Nazi, I get it, but still. And also, English is weird enough that there are times where it's like, you say something, and it's, like, sometimes shit sounds wrong, but is right, and sometimes shit sounds right, but is wrong. English, man. It's so hard that even native English speakers don't know how it fucking works. It's like, Americans that don't know how to speak English is way more common than, like, Frenchmen that don't know French, or Japanese people that don't know Japanese. That's for sure. Follow, follow, follow. The yellow brick road. Yeah, he's pissed that Nazis have invaded his home. Who wouldn't be? Nah, not fallen, just breached. Alright, get out of here, you Hydra goons. Defeat 14 Hydra agents. It's crazy, because, like, even though, hell is literally just, like, enemy, and enemy, and enemy, and enemy, and enemy, that one hallway where it's, like, defeat 20 enemies is, like, that's, like, the only time where it forces to defeat enemies. But now they're making up for lost time, because, yeah, because, like, with hell, it's, like, there's this one chunk where you have to fight 20, but the rest of the time, it's, like, yeah, you can skip them. But now here it's like 14 and then 9, so that's 23 already. Next. Here's another room. Alright, how many is it going to be this time? 22? 23 and 22, that's 45. Cool. Woo! 45 Hydra Goons, baby. I can taste the experience and the credits. Ooh, and we're almost up to 50 million. It's one of those things where, like, because the enhanced experience cubes cost 50,000 each, and 999 is the most you can have of them, like 49,950,000 credits. That's how much it takes to purchase 99 of those cubes, which is the max. Which means we're very close, and we'll probably be there. Stop. Go away. We'll probably break 50. Like, we'll we'll probably break 50 million credits and be able to get 999 enhanced cubes before we're like even inside the palace probably. And if not, then like right after. Like probably the next room that's like kick out of the ass. Because we did 14, we did 9, we did 22. And I think that before we go inside we have to clear out like there's like a room with 11 or something. One step at a time. Yeah, because 14 and 9 is 23, 23 and 22 is 45. We're at 45. Alright. Yep, my memory was right. Here we go. How many this time? 11, right? 12. 45 plus 12 is 57. Phoenix, do your job. Woohoo! Alrighty, now we have enough money. We have enough money for 999 and we surpassed 50 million. And I only had like 20 million when I started recording, which means in an hour, over the course of an hour, I played from the entrance of the Dark Dimension to mid-Asgard and got like 30 million. That's pretty good. That's pretty decent. Even more. How many this time?
Into the line, heroes.
Oh, they're like all elites though. Or most of them.
Need a hand? Am I going in?
Yes, I know. It's not going to give me the number until... Oh, technically I don't have to defeat these guys. So we're still at 57. But because of where the entrance is, it would be hard, finding it would, like, obviously, like, because I know where it is, like, because it's literally like we came in here, and then it's literally right over here. So it's one of those things, like, if you know, you could avoid them easily, but if you don't, it would be kind of hard.
When I was a boy, I used these tunnels to flee the palace and escape my father's wrath.
We will be lucky to escape them with our lives, Odinson.
And nothing has changed in all these...
Good job, Phoenix. Oh, is it another credits box? It is. Wow. Honestly, that's crazy because because I think that those boxes respawn and always have the credits. So that means that it might be like, if you load the checkpoint that's like just arrived on Bifrost, you could probably be like, I spent 30 minutes playing through the Asgard portion of Asgard, and I got 8 million credits. And that's just from the boxes. That's not even counting however many you get from defeating enemies. And that's also assuming that that's the last one that there is, and that there isn't another one. But there might be more. In fact, the one that's at the end of this hallway might even be another one. We'll find out when we get there, of course.
Hydra has banished Asgard's most valiant warriors to the dungeons.
Get out of the dungeons, you warriors. Now, Thor just said you're the best warriors Asgard has to offer. So instead of standing there, how about you kick some ass, guys. Boom, boom. Boom. Boom.
Beats the raft any day.
Yeah, it's a lot cleaner. Like, the actual cells look like they're about the same size. Wow, is that a fourth one? It looks like it is. It is. Okay. I said fourth, but no, it's a third. Because the number that I had of 8 million was counting the 2 that are in Odin's room. So let's just that's 3 2 million chests. That one's all sparkly. Cosmic Cube. Still, it's like... Just because those chests respawn, because you could literally just like... If you wanted to, you could just like ignore all the enemies and just run through and be like... Boom. In like 10 minutes, you break open all 3 chests and get 6 million credits. Or you could just be like, nah, I'm going to commit to a 30-minute grind where I get like 15 million credits, 10 of which are from the chests, and then 5 of which are from defeating the enemies. Oh, the 15 enemies. We were at 57, so another 15 is 72. Nice. Honestly, I bet it's going to be something, by the time we get to the end of the level, it's probably going to be something like, not 100, 98. It's probably going to be something like that. Man, like I'm starting to get hungry and wanting food, but I'm close enough to beating the game that I'll definitely wait. Because we're almost at the end of Asgard, and after Asgard, we just have a boss gauntlet against the Order. Ooh, what's in the box? A B rank rainbow ISO. Okay. Spin the win! I know, Thor. Oh, the fucking lasers. Yeah, Asgard really is big. It's like it's one of those things like whenever I think about it in memory, I always think of Wakanda as being the biggest. But Asgard is, honestly though, it is really hard too though, because like when you go to Wakanda, it's literally like the forest, the palace, and the catacombs are all definitely Wakanda. But with this chapter, it's like you have Hell, and then you have Outer Asgard, and then you have Inner Asgard. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's something where like Outer Asgard and Inner Asgard is probably smaller than Wakanda. However, yeah, see, because like it's probably something like Chapter 9, which is Hell and all of Asgard, is bigger than Chapter 8, which is Wakanda. However, Asgard is smaller. Yeah, that's probably what it is. It's probably Asgard is smaller than Wakanda, but Chapter 9 is bigger than Chapter 8. Because even though Hell is pretty small, it makes the difference, I think. Also, just like, Hell being small is also kind of funny. Go away, you Hydra goons. Phoenix, get your ass over here. It's synergy time. Boosh! Woo-hoo! What's in the box? What's in the box? There's a dick in the box. Dick in the box! You're opening a present for your birthday. And when you open it, it's got a dick in it. What do? Close the box and pretend you didn't open it, throw up, make fun of the size, or fully embrace the contents of the box. Oh, look at that. It's 28. 72 plus 28, that's 100. So that's literally 100 non... And the final boss is right, well, of the area is right behind that door. So that means that it's like, it's literally, in Asgard, that's exactly 100 mandatory unskippable enemies. And then if you count hell, that's 120. That's a lot of enemies, dude. That's a lot of money, a lot of experience, a lot of grind. Some good shit for sure. Boosh! 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 Dick in a box! Alright, I'll stop. It's like no one said it because I'm here alone, but I know that you're all thinking it, so I'll stop. Just 8 more and then we're through the door. Alright, let's retake the throne room. Hey, Skull. Let's kick his ass. If you didn't have that collection of ISO 8s, you would not be a threat, and we'd be able to beat you very easily. Just because, like, he's a Captain America villain. Like, of course, Thor would be able to deal with him effortlessly on his own. But also, Thor's not alone. He's got 50 friends with him. He's only a threat because he's swimming in that rainbow ISO 8. We'll see about that, Skull. I ain't wasting my ultimate on you, especially considering the fact that I'm not damaging your stagger gauge because both Skull and the Destroyer are in the category of their stagger gauges can only take damage if you're using the power from the Rainbow ISO 8, but because of that, they drain exceptionally fast, and they like auto-stun when they get drained. Oh, I know. Destroyer armor don't fuck around. Thor beat the Destroyer way too easily in that first Thor movie. Like, that first Thor movie is good, but that's definitely one of the worst things about it. It's weird, like it's weird because it's like the fight scene, like the Destroyer showing up on Earth and attacking and fucking shit up, is one of the highlights of the film. But the fact that Thor takes it down so easily is one of the low points. Boosh! We'll get him, team. Phoenix, throw your shit out. Thank you. Fuck him up, team. Fuck him up. Fuck him up. Fuck him up. New outfit for Thor? Fuck yeah. Alright. Oh wow. We're an hour and a half in. Let's see, so I've been recording for 90 minutes. I've got an hour of SD card left, and I've got an hour and 15 of battery. So an hour is the shortest of those time limits, so I have an hour to finish. That should be plenty of time. Let's see how much I get from this. 2 million? Honestly, you know what's crazy? I bet that right now, like, I break open these crates and I get like 4 million credits, right? Now walking over to this, like if I like click on shield and I click like system and quit, that'll save, and then I can probably reload. So I could probably like farm this and get like 4 million credits a minute. Maybe like 4 million every 2 minutes, something like that. And that's really crazy. And what's that probably means that that's the second best. It's probably the second or third best farming probably the third best way to farm in the game, because probably the only ways that would outscale it would be doing the same thing on Ultimate and then Nowhere, because that's a level 56 mission right now. Because so, on Ultimate, it's probably like 71, and therefore it would probably be something like 4 million a box, and therefore 8 million total. And then on Nightmare, it's probably like 75, 76, and therefore that's probably like 10 million. Definitely something worth looking into. I could just like load up my 100% save from when I first played through the game, but I don't really feel, I'm not going to now, obviously. Alright, Cosmo, let's go. Man, I always forget about the Outrider portion of Nowhere.
Still raging on. So we're glad to have you lend a hand. Paw.
Woo! Get out of here, you Outrider scum.
That new ISO 8 Odin gave us is more than just colorful. It's boosting our powers higher than ever before.
If you say so. It's one of those things where it's like, when it comes, like, gameplay-wise, ISO 8 is useless, but canonically it's powerful, and it's the explanation for why you can't just fucking Infinity War snapped out of existence. That being said, even with ISO 8, Thane was able to use the Time Stone to freeze us in time completely, and therefore, if the Time Stone can completely freeze us in time, why would the Reality Stone not be able to erase us, or the Soul Stone to take our souls, or the Snap to dust us, or whatever? Boosh! Really? I'm in the... Why are you giving me D rank ISO 8 when I'm in the final chapter on Superior? Two more. Oh, there they are. Let's go, guys. No, because like these Outrider guys are basically like, what if the Venom symbiote possessed the Forearms alien from Ben 10? Basically. All right. Everybody on the elevator. Let's go, Cosmo.
Getting a strong energy reading nearby.
Yeah, I know there's a rift right over here. We'll take a look at it real quick. 54 countdown hell. Oh man, 40 seconds is a really strict timer considering how durable the enemies there are. And it's funny because it's like, it's level 54, which means it's, right now it's level 57 here. So it's like, it's a lower level than where I'm currently at in the story, but it's also a higher level than when I was in Hell.
Could not defeat us before we possess the stones. You stand no chance.
On Superior. So it's like, it's harder than Superior Hell, but it's easier than where I'm at in Superior now. Oh boy, just Ebony Maw is by far the squishiest of the five, so if his health is going down that slow, well, it makes me feel a little nervous about like Thanos and Cole Obsidian, because they're the tanky boys. Quit your yapping, Ebony.
Time for games is over, children.
Do not allow the Soul Stone's power to corrupt you.
We're doing what we can, T'Challa. Boosh! tired of your nonsense, bro. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Fuck him up, fuck him up. No match for my tennis shoe, Ebony. Woo! Oh, okay, okay, you bitch. The tennis shoe of doom. Oh shit. I'm not gonna blow it for the entire team.
That's one stone in the hand. So, I'm right back to where I started.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a different stone, but yeah.
Keep your eyes peeled for Thane. The Black Order may be holding him prisoner.
Maybe. No. Alright, this shit will give us a full heal real quick. What's in the box? What's in the box? Ability orb. Oh, another box. I gotta hit it first. Jean, quit fucking around. A rank yellow ISO 8. Okay. Alright, Supergiant, let's dance.
Truly believe you can win this, don't you? Fools!
I want everyone's Alliance Extreme attacks synced. Like, I want it to be the type of thing where, like, everyone is empty at the same time and everyone is full at the same time. And therefore, even though I know that strategically and tactically that was a bad move, I'm okay with doing it for the sake of everyone being on the same page. And using it to, if I had used it on Ebony Maw, like Kamala would have killed him and there she would have done nothing. But on Supergiant, it's like at least it did a little bit of damage to her. Boo! Yeah, and also it's also because like I don't want to use it on her. Like I definitely want to save it for Cole. Because she's already almost gone. Damn. her actual tankiness is actually pretty comparable to Ebony's. Which makes sense though, because it's one of those things where like Ebony and Supergiant are like super frail. Then Corvus and Proxima are kind of moderate. And then Cole's like, I'm the tank, bro.
Hey, you think this gallery has a concession stand? Or maybe a bathroom? Seriously, we've been fighting for hours without eating or taking a bite. I can't be the only one who's got to go, right?
What's in the box? An enhanced cube. Okay. Boop. Up we go. Oh yeah, and we almost have our extremes. And we get a full heal from this shit. Those are indestructible. That's... Most crates are breakable, so that's a... Oh! It's a little bit of a surprise, but because it's collector shit, it also makes sense. Because this is basically just a boss gauntlet, though, it makes sense that all the treasures would just be in between the bosses. Especially considering that they aren't in the Cosmo chunk. You might not be hearing gameplay, but you're hearing spirit and you're hearing cannon, so smash away, Hulk. Stun this fool. I ain't using the extreme until we're in the second phase of his health. Yeah, I know, you're bad. Come on, bro. Boosh! Nice. Pretty good damage. He's so tanky, it wasn't even that much, but still decent. But now we can start charging up for Corvus Glaive. Because we're not going to get it again in time for him. But that's okay, because Corvus Glaive. Yeah, fuck him up! Beat his ass, team! Beat his ass! Boom! Wow, okay. Just, right now we're like 3 hours and 20 minutes into this total playthrough, and we're probably gonna, beating Thane is probably gonna, realistically, probably will be in about 20 minutes, probably. So that's like 3 hours and, like, the fact that I'm gonna be able to beat this in less than 4 hours is a surprise. Now I know that I'm skipping cutscenes, and that there's like 90 minutes of cutscenes, and that therefore a 3.5 hour playthrough basically would be a 5 hour playthrough if I watched all the cutscenes. But still. Alright, let's go, team.
Shielded us from the blast and protected the power stone as well.
Thanks, Doc.
Everyone stay close to the station's surface. Nowhere's artificial gravity and atmosphere. Don't extend...
They don't extend out that far, so we could easily end up spaced. And that would be bad, bad, bad. Alright, Corvus.
We need to finish him before his partner has a chance to rescue him again.
I ain't running, I'm gonna kick your ass. Nice. I don't... You might be... You'd definitely be able to fit 1. You could probably hit 4, but you would not be able to fit all 50. Alright, we almost got him. Let's go! Fuck him up! Destroy that health bar. Come on, team. Yeah! Fuck him up! Good job, team. What's also cool is that because Proxima brings a bunch of Outriders into the arena and fight, because like how quickly your extreme thing charges is determined by like a combination of... It's determined by like a combination of how many attacks you throw out, how many enemies you hit, how much damage you do, and how much KOs you get. And therefore it charges the quickest by like hitting like 10 enemies and having them all die is technically the thing that charges the most. So like basically, because of her summoning the Outriders to fight us, we'll be able to get, even though we only have like 25% charge, we'll be able to get what we're missing real quick during this fight. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, get kicked. I should have stunned her. Especially considering that her transition point is literally halfway through the health bar. And therefore, like, stunning her and extreme attacking her and etc. is almost always valuable. Boom! Yeah! Hit him with that sweet embiggen synergy. Yeah, but regardless of where it sends us, we ain't leaving this arena. Because having this, even though canonically, of course, the stone is capable of sending us out of this arena, gameplay-wise, having it leave this arena would be really hard to program, would be a pain in the ass. So it'd also leave the question of Well, if we can leave the boss arena, why is there a boss arena? Alright, team. Boo! Oh, I wasn't paying enough attention to her stagger gauge. Like, that did decent damage, but her stagger gauge just absorbed so much of that damage. If I had waited for it to be more empty, would have been way better. That's okay, we still got her. Pretty good. And now we're just getting some charge for the Thanos fight. And that's definitely nice. And I don't think that Thanos has a transition in his fight. If he does, I definitely don't remember it. I keep on being like, I don't want to use all my energy, I want to save it for the Thanos fight. But I'm like, oh wait, no, but health and energy we get a full automatic heal from. Gosh, she's so... well built. Alright, let's go, Thanos.
It doesn't matter.
You know that cherry sits in the post-credit scene of Avengers 1? That's where we are. So... Sanctuary, that's what it's called. Hey, Thanos. We're gonna kick your ass. Yeah, he doesn't have a transition. So we can just go full ham. Let's kick his ass! Ooh! Yeah, that's sweet synergy. Wow, he's actually really not that durable. It is also true, though, that because there's no enemies, everyone is hammering on him and they aren't wasting their time with mooks. But still, we're shredding him pretty quick. Of course, he's already half defeated. Whatever you say. Boosh! Stunned. Fuck him up! Come on, hit him while he's stunned. Fuck him up! Yeah. That was still decent damage. It was definitely not optimized. I should have done it sooner, or I should have waited for the next stun. Yeah, it's also a little weird that it's a little weird that they mention and acknowledge death, but we don't actually meet her or see her or give her like she doesn't have a character model, a character design, or a voice. Now that being said, I wouldn't be that surprised if somewhere in the concept art there's a character design for her that just wasn't used. But it's weird to talk about her but not have her actually play any type of role. But that's because the Black Order is technically the main antagonist of the game. Because the Black Order is the main antagonist. Thanos is there because he's obligatory, and having the Black Order without him would feel weird. And then Thane is there to subvert your expectations because everyone was expecting Thanos to be the final boss. Yep. Black Order is the main villains. Thanos is obligatory, and then Thane is the subversion. Boosh! Sit your ass down, Thane. Boosh! Alright, let's kick his pasty ass. He's actually not pasty at all, but... He's like, nah, I like porting all over the place. I like not getting shot by your quantum igniter. Okay, Thanos. What's funny is that, once you get Thanos Infinite unlocked, you can technically go into this mission and be like, I've got Thanos on my team, and I've got Thanos on my team. So it's 2 Thanoses fighting Thanos, and then you've got 3 Thanoses fighting Thane. And that's just hilarious to me for some reason. Obviously, I don't have Infinite unlocked on this file yet. Oh man, that's true. Just like if like the symbiote possessed Thane. I mean, honestly, the stones are powerful enough that if the Venom symbiote connected to Thane, he'd probably be able to use the stones to get Venom off of him before he wrenched full control. But if he didn't, woo, that's a lot of power. Also, in addition to that, like Venom was on Peter for long enough that any host that he connects to would have the Spider-Man powers. So that would literally be like, it would be the powers of the symbiote, the powers of Spider-Man, the power of Thane, the power of the stones, and the power of the armor. All in one being. That being said, it's also true that just the stones together can do anything. And therefore, like, the 6 stones with the gauntlet can do anything. And therefore, the 6 stones with the gauntlet, with the armor, with Spider-Man, with Venom, can do anything. And therefore, even though it's more shit, it's technically not a buff. But it is additional weaknesses, though, because, like, even with the gauntlet, Venom would still be weak to fire. Alright, Thane, final phase, let's go. Kick his ass, team. Kick his ass. He's almost down. Now, it's like, that's because it is true that it's like there are 6 stones, and his health bar is broken up into 5 chunks. So it's just one, this second health bar is just 1/6 chunk for the final stone. And it is the soul stone, because it's like, oh, you beat him, but he resurrects. Herp a derp. But yeah. Alrighty, there you go. So, thank you all so very much for watching. This has been, I guess the term is a long play. Maybe that's not the right term because of skipping the cutscenes, but basically Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order, the full story, the full game on Superior. Now, I am definitely right now I'm thinking that I am probably going to do Ultimate the exact same way I did this, where like I play through all of Ultimate as one super long, like 4-hour video or whatever. But I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do Ultimate. I'm probably going to do Ultimate. And then Superior and Ultimate for Shadow of Doom, I'm on the fence. I have no idea. Anyway, thank you all for watching, and until next time, peace.